the guy who used to announce the trailers, the new movie guy. After he stopped doing them, I stopped caring.
That's the better way of doing it. But
in a world where,
yes. So the preview for Cuckoo has this really cool scene, right? And it's this girl riding home from work, and all of a sudden there's a shadow chasing after her, reaching out. It's really creepy. Best scene in the movie happens at the beginning. It's already in the trailer. This movie, So anyway, hey, True Believers England team here, and we are going to be doing some comic books, as we always do. We're going to be looking at some covers tonight, and we're going all over the place. So this time around, we're checking out some new Warriors just to get one of us, not going to point out who, to shut the up about the new Warriors. Best thing to do it, just get it over with. It's like a Band-Aid. Let's rip this shit off. All right.
Who could that be, I wonder? Not the guy with Speedball in his avatar.
Yes.
Speed crotch.
Right. Okay, hold on. Let me. There we go. Okay, where I'm hearing echo. There we go. All right. Okay, but anyway, yeah, New Warriors. Look, I enjoyed it back in the 90s.
If you're hearing echo, turn off Disney Plus.
I know, right? I think that
was good.
You know, I'm a shill. I am straight up a shill for Marvel. I really am. You know, the movies anyway. Like it was like smooth sailing. Everybody else is, I really don't like Thor Dark World. I have fun in it. But then again, I saw it in Thai, the Thai language. And seeing Idris Elba coming out and going, whoa, hi, Tor. What got it with this high pitch sounding like he's freaking Kevin Hart voice? Yeah, that was fucking entertaining. I don't care who you are. So yeah, I saw it first that way. I didn't even know what the story was. I'm just seeing pictures go across because everybody else seemed to be enjoying it. I was like, what the hell is fucking am I watching? Yeah. Anywho, yeah, once again, New Warriors. I liked it in the 90s. Why not? Let's check this out.
I admit,
we'll get to the good comics some other time. What were you saying, RDB?
I liked it in the 90s too, and it should have stayed in the 90s.
Hey, man.
By the way, it is so 90s. I was wondering, because I don't know if you guys have noticed on the thumbnail, I try to have a word on the side, a 4 or 5 letter word. I know. and I couldn't think of anything new Warriors. I said, well, what is it about the New Warriors? And I went, it's the most 1990s book that ever 90s aside from anything from Rob Liefeld. That's the most Rob Liefeld books are the most 90s.
Yeah. That's accurate. That is a true
Young
statement.
Blood, Cyberforce.
No, I put New Warriors above those in terms of 90s books.
So
I'm a product of my time. That is true.
It's so 1991. I don't remember any of them.
Well, we're going to remind you, and remember, guys, you don't have to love the book. It's a judgment on the covers. So we're going to get this party started. And yes, Zach, you're going to start us off. This is what you wanted.
Is Punisher come in the last issue?
So here you go.
Not the last issue.
You start us off with Thor, number 412, the first cover appearance, not the first appearance, but the first cover appearance.
It's kind of funny. We're talking about how 90s it is, and this is the most like 70s-ish looking cover that they have. But I really like this. It's got like the giant size, all new X-Men thing where they're ripping through the page. You've got like Juggernaut and Thor that are fighting, and then they're just springing in and out there and like, hey, we're here. I love it. I like all the colors. It's part of the Acts of Vengeance too, which was a really cool Marvel story. That has nothing to do with the cover though. I mean, yeah, this cover is a 10. It's a 10. It grabs my attention. It makes me want to read it. I love it.
All right, Eric, what do you think?
Yeah, Thor, Juggernaut, launched in a pitched battle, and a bunch of bratty kids come breaking through like, you know, they're going out of the football field in the college game like, hey, look at us.
All right. So what are you going to give this thing?
Honestly, for what it is a 10 because like I said it's a the only one smart enough to try to not be seen was Vance Astro.
I'm gonna hang back here.
Okay, RDB, what do you think?
Thor versus the Juggernaut, bitch. Dude, and then I'm guessing that's Night Thrasher down below there.
Yeah, on the skateboard. Yeah,
and he's probably black under that mask, right?
he is. He is.
But he keeps covered, so it's okay for Zach.
Well, no. I mean, because it reminds you just of Black Noir, same damn thing. And the boys.
No, he's more like Batman. He had really wealthy parents. He's an orphan. He's a
like
martial artist. He is. He's like Batman. If Batman knew how to skateboard, he would be Night Thrasher.
He probably does.
If they would have given Batman 66 time enough, we probably would have seen him on a skateboard.
That's more like Batman 86. No,
all right, RDV, what do you give this one?
Well, like Eric said, it was great until these kids just interrupted this serious battle. It's like Bart Simpson. Don't have a cow, dude. It's a Bart man. I give this an 8.
An 8. All righty. Yeah, let's see. Obviously, of all of these, we want to see Thor fight Juggernaut, right? I mean, that's the big sell. And you're right. All of a sudden, I mean, and there's a lot wrong. Like, what the hell is up with Nova's costume on this one? It doesn't even look like Nova.
He's all rocket from the waist.
They changed his name to Kid Nova because since Rich Rider had been around for 15 years by then, they kind of like de-aged him.
Have you ever gone to like a CVS and you see their action figures and it'll be like Tarantula Man, and it'll almost look like Spider-Man, but just a little bit so don't get sued? That's what this Nova looks like. It's like
got the Rocketeer jacket too, with the buttons down one side.
It's like the discount. It's the discount CVS Nova right here. I don't know what's going on with Firestar's Jim hair. She looks like she's coming off of what are they? The Jim and the Teen Angels? I don't know.
You know, it looks like they're trying to copy the other Fires.
Yeah, and you're right. Vince Astra is the only smart one going, guys, this is not a battle we want to get in the middle of. I'm good. Yeah, okay. I gotta say, it's not a horrible cover, but what are they trying to sell here? Are they trying to sell the New Warriors as a new team? Well, Juggernaut and Thor are in the way. Are you trying to sell a battle between Juggernaut and Thor? Why are you putting so much focus on the new team? It's kind of in the middle. I'm going to give this one a 7 because I'm
I agree. Nice. Now it's time to lean on E for the real Ghostbusters from now comics.
Exactly. All righty. So Ethereal Dragon is giving it a 7, and so is Joe. We've got this cover makes me think, is that Batman in the middle? Almost. That's a 6 from Summoner. Let's see. RDB, it's yep. We already read that. Dark Admiral says 9, and Glinzer says 8. 9. Maranya says Thor 411. This cover would have benefited from a darker background. Thor gives the shine to these wannabe heroes. Good design, sells the book. Score a 10, and this score may not happen again.
You guys give 10s to every other book out here.
Are you honestly saying Batman can't skateboard? Asked Joe. So idea with poor execution, says Jackson. Give it a 5. And then we have a 3 by Werewolf by Lunchtime. Next up, Pat S. Rob Liefeld, one gave me 2 free signatures on top of my drawings and wrote, "Keep it up, Patrick." Oh, that's nice of him.
Very cool.
One thing I gotta say, whether you like his art or not, you know what? You know Rob Liefeld loves comics. Undead Quinn gives it a 4, and Eddie Remen gives it a 6, saying solid, needs more dynamic work. Agreed. All right, we got 1 4 and 1 6. Dropping to a 5, says Ethereal. From a 7 to a 5.
Dang, Ethereal?
Well, you know, peer pressure, dude.
Peer pressure. I get it.
Let's see. Jim and the Holograms was a cartoon Firestorm. Looks like a discount gem. There you go. Is that the Flash I asked? This is DC. This is Marvel. Jim and the Holograms. You don't know that? That's truly outrageous, dude. I was 40 when that cartoon came out. Not really, but I was a bit too old for that.
Damn.
Good Dog Press says. Say again.
If that were true, that'd have made you older than me.
Yeah. Good Dog Press says 7. And no, Skate Man. Alrighty, and let's see. Do we have any more scores? Nope. So let's get this stop, which I think I'm doing anyway. So there we go. And once again, if you haven't voted, you want to put your number up. I'll add it, and if it changes anything, I'll change what it changes. That being said, let's check out what we got for Thor 411. We have 1-3 and 1-4, knocking out 2 of those 10s. Then we got 2 5s, taking out that 1-9 and 1 of the 2 8s. And then 2 6s taking out the other 8 and 1 of the 3 7s. 3 7s are left on the board. And that is where Thor 411 lands. Alrighty, what just happened?
Disappeared.
The tears said no more.
Yeah, the tears like, no, none of this mediocre 90s shit. Get back to the golden age.
The AI is becoming self-aware.
The tier list is crying.
The tier list is saying this whole show has lost its way. We're doing too much modern day shit. I'm trying to convince them 30 years ago wasn't modern. All righty, here we go. Oh, wrong one. Eric, you get to start us off on New Warriors #1.
Okay, this is a solid 10. I love the old books in the background, even though the pose is very similar to 411, but that's okay. Yeah, this time, yeah, I guess they convinced Vance to take part in the cover. Yeah, my only complaint is I said, yeah, Kid Nova, are you effing kidding me? Are you effing Kid Nova-ing me? But I love it. Yeah, I said, yeah, all the different books, X-Men, Giant Size X-Men, Defenders, et cetera, et cetera. This is cool. This is a 10.
All right, an actual 10 from Eric. RDV, what do you say?
Okay, now I figured out what Night Thrasher reminds you of. In Post-Crisis Superman drink, Zach.
The drink.
There was this guy on the skis. I think he was called the Black Racer or something like that. He was a cosmic
Isn't
being.
that one of the new gods?
Yeah.
I think that's one of the new gods.
Yeah, that's what reminds you of the mask. Also, Namorita looks a little nipply right there. I don't know if that's just this.
Namorita is the bombshell.
A little bit of the shading in the problem there. Kind of looks it. Another thing is you'll not see that kind of art on women anymore in comic books.
No, you won't. Not Big 2.
No. It's all called the Big 1 right now, isn't it? With all the guys that look like girls.
Actually, if you would say the Big 1, because DC's not even holding up their number 2.
No. Kid Nova. Is this Sam, right?
This is Rich. Sam didn't come around until like 10 years ago.
No, amazingly, I think Richard Rider was younger here than he was when his book started in 76.
Oh, so this is Little Dick. Okay. Speedball Knifer.
Never have a character named Dick around RDV.
Right.
Yeah, keep that dick away from me. No.
What are you gonna score this there, RDV?
I like the newspaper in the background, or not newspaper. Actually, that's comic books.
Yes.
That bumps the score up to about a 7.
Okay. And Eric. Oh wait, no, Zach.
I have to second the opinions of my comics paw. Like him, I also like the comics in the background. That's a nice touch. I also like the corner heads. One of the best things Marvel Comics ever did, the corner heads. I know they're not floating heads, but I'm going to call them corner heads. Yeah, you got like a little introductory name so you know who everybody is. It's a 10. It's an easy 10 for me.
Okay, and I'm a little higher than RDV. I'm thinking an 8. It's a good cover.
You are higher than I am.
It is kind of weird when 3 of 4 people say the best thing about this cover is other comic books. Just pointing that out there, guys.
It's a nice touch. It's like because it's all these classic books, and then like here comes the 90s, like bursting through.
Look at how much damage they did to the.
I know, right? They put a hole in all of them. We're gonna destroy Marvel. That's basically the message of this cover right here. All right. Well, Glenzer is saying it's a 10, and Undead Quinn is saying it's an 8.
So that's not even
Alright.
Bass Astral. That's Marvel Boy.
Let's see.
Marvel Boy was his first name.
Ethereal
Then he goes by
Dragon.
Justice.
Ethereal Dragon says 8 as well. And then Shirley Roca Elias. Just going to.
Let's call her Shirley.
In spite of so many people saying, and please don't call me Shirley, I'm just going to call you Shirley from here on in. And she is giving a 7. All righty. Let's see. No Extreme Comics, like you said, back 2 years ago. Joe is saying a 7. Alrighty. Watch just as you finish the last cover. The tier list will blank out on everything. This cover is Mastery and Innovation and Change. Summoner gives it a 10. All right. Let's see. Good Dog Press saying 9, and Dark Admiral says 10. I picked this up when it came out. I did too.
Nice.
I did too.
I actually got this from one of your auctions years ago, E.
Yeah,
You know, I remember picking this up.
Thank you for
too,
fueling
putting it
my
back.
addiction.
I picked this up too for a second to put it back.
New Warriors #1 says Maranya. This is a legitimate dynamic cover. Red background unifies the covers drawn there. This deserves a 10. Definitely better. Dynamic 10, says Eddie. And Werewolf by Lunchtime says 6. Thinking it's average. And by the way, for those of you who are new, we do have a scoring system. 1 is god awful. 2 is horrible. 3 is very bad. 4, just bad. 5 is meh. 5 means like this does not do it for you one way or another. You're looking at it and you have really no feeling, no emotion, no opinion whatsoever. 6, however, is average. 7 is good. 8 is very good. 9 is awesome. 10 being that super awesome. And it doesn't necessarily mean artistic style. Maybe it's something silly that just drives it over the top for you. It's your score. It's your. Those are just the guidelines we go by.
10 is you're addicted and you need to get that fix.
Yeah, and the only thing we ask is don't be a contrarian. If everybody loves it and it's obviously a good or great cover, well, it's not that good. I'm giving it a 1, or vice versa.
To be fair, there could be someone who just doesn't like the cover.
That's
Right.
true, too.
Okay, so let's see. Pat gives it a. Oh, nope. Here we are. 7 from Jackson only for Namorita. Then we've got a 6 from Pat S.
I need to step up.
Stupid name, Namorita, says Jackson. Heroes for the 90. Margarita was already taken.
That's
Well,
funny.
you know what it is? That Namor loves Sue so much he wanted to be just like her.
It should have been Naher. Okay. As someone who's never read this, why did they call them the New Warriors? Was there an original team?
No, as I typed out there, in issue #1, a news station, a news broadcaster sees them fighting a villain and calls them, "Who are these new warriors on the streets?" As opposed to your more classic teams.
I thought they didn't want to get fused with the Warriors. They wanted to come on and play.
Exactly. That same thing. I thought they were in the same universe, and they would have been the last group that the Warriors would have had to fight, but the Warriors were tired. These guys came out and said, "We're taking the name."
Yeah.
Probably a better story than what the book is. Okay, let's get the stop here.
Warriors, come on, play.
Let's get the stop, and
I still can't believe
if you
it,
haven't voted and you still want to, just put your number in. I'll include it. But what we got here is
a failure to communicate.
And so he's got to go into the heat box, which is the way he wants it. Well, he gets it. I don't like this. Anyway, okay, so we have 2 6s knocking out 2 of those 7 10s. And then, by the way, Cool Hand Luke is,
I was going to say everyone under 30 is like, what the hell are you talking about?
I know, what the hell is he talking about, right? Cool Hand Luke, great movie, but
Go
nobody,
watch TCM.
nobody can eat 50 eggs. So we have 2 6s knocking out 2 of those 10s, 2 of the 7 10s. And then the 7s leave all but 1 10. 8 gets rid of the last 10 because it's got 3, and then the 1 9, bringing it all the way down to number 8 itself. I don't know why I hit number 2 when I was talking about number 1. But there you
let's
go.
see what the so I'm thinking like you're in a prison. Normally, you're only allowed to have 1 egg. That's 49 other people that gave up their meal.
I know. It's like,
And the guards are like, this guy just got 49.
Why are you giving this prisoner so much protein? He's gonna break out of there. You keep hulking him up.
All righty. Okay, RDV, you get to start off on number 2.
And also before the Mandela effect, I thought it was 100 eggs. I forgot it was only 50 eggs. Yeah. All righty. Who is Midnight's Fire? And why does Night Thrasher fear him? Because he's got cool dreadlocks. Looks like Mace from actually no, what's his name? Who's the guy, the villain that has like the cybernetic eye? You know, and it's
Kato from Mortal Kombat. I don't know.
I don't know that came out, but no, I was thinking of the guy from G.I. Joe.
I think you're losing the plot there, brother. What do you give the book?
Oh, this book? Oh, I was gonna rank a better book. No. Sorry, Zach. This is a 6.
Alrighty.
I wish I got to pull the trigger that's got the speedball in the scope. So
we get a 6 from RDV. Eric, what do you think?
First of all, I'd like to give a super sky point to Chai Rodriguez, who checked out today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's what Super 70 Sports says for that eulogy's super sky point.
wow.
I'm going to give this an 8. Because,
right.
yeah, I said, I just pray that guy in the middle doesn't miss.
All right.
Speedball hate is real.
I actually skipped my first person today, and Zach, you were the one I skipped. So what do you say?
No. I like parts of this. I like the main team, like the surrounded by the guns. That adds tension to the story. I like that part. Having the Night Thrasher versus Midnight's Fire above is not quite as interesting. It kind of gets lost, also because it's not fully colored in like the forefront of the story. But I'd give this an 8 though. I'd still give it an 8.
Also, action.
I also like the little word. I don't like that they're squares. I like when they're bubbles, like circles. But this is also good.
Major Blood is the guy I was thinking of.
Major Blood.
Well, I'm giving this a 6. I think it's a very average cover. Here's the thing: get rid of the top part, make the city bigger, bring it in a little bit with a few guns. You could still have the speedball and the crosshairs. You'll be able to see the characters a lot better.
You know,
as it is, you know how many covers we've talked about where even like a Tales from the Crypt or something, where it's only like half of the book, and we look and we go, wow, that is a beautiful cityscape. That is great detail in the background. There's no detail in this.
That's true.
There's hardly any detail on the characters themselves. Yeah, at best, this is average.
There is one detail. Speedball's drunk again. The
drunk. The balls, the little bubbles just float around him.
Let's go to the chat. And Joe is saying, hey, this is a pretty cool cover. All right. And we have a 9 from Solomon Grundy and Glenzer. And on top, hand-to-hands matchup fighting, the bottom are wanting, or on the wanted list, 9 giving Civil Wars hits. All righty. And let's see. Maranya says, New Warriors number 2, muted colors of the background, foreground action. Heroes should be bigger. Good concept. Bad execution. Scored a 7. All right. Let's see. Good Dog Press is saying 8. And hello to Man of Action saying New Warriors. Give it a 5. All righty. And let's see. Who is the guy who is yelling? On the cover or me? Because I often speak in a way that sounds like I'm yelling.
Surely it's not me yelling at all.
No! Jackson Raykirk is saying 6. And Werewolf by Lunchtime is saying Weird Ass Weapons. Give it a 5. And Shirley says 6. So we got 2 6s and a 5. All right. Let's bring this up. That's an ugly shade of green. Well, to be fair, they are aim weapons. And Dark Admiral says 7. I'm voting on 90s Curve. Let's be honest. This isn't the worst of what was being put out. Or would be fair. As soon as Rob Liefeld got into town. So it's a 7 from Dark Admiral.
I want to see that.
Is that Firestar? Yes. And Dan Alvin gets a 6.
Is that a new Rankin Bass premiere?
Her hair looks better on this cover than it did on the 4, by the way.
Rankin Bass, Rob Liefeld's coming to town.
Hell of a cover, by the way. This was Marvel Standards back in the day. Says Man of Action. Let me guess. Midnight Fire is Night Thrasher's father.
No spoilers ish.
Solomon Grundy saying the balls are in pain. Okay, whenever you are working under the bridge and you do get that testicular aching, a lot of people says put them on ice. No, okay, mainly because they stick and it causes scrotum stretching. This is something we want to avoid.
There are
later
new
in
people
life.
watching here.
Now,
Okay?
pardon?
There are new people watching.
Not
They were.
anymore.
Not anymore. I just got rid of all the new people.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, this is the ABCs of me. I'm sorry, man. Okay, so Man of Action is saying 6. Alrighty. Yeah, like we're lucky we're staying on topic with these cover stories anyway.
That's true.
Let's see. Summoner says 8. And the third guy.
The third guy.
Let's see. Man of Action 2. True. Oh, think of that though. This was average by today's standards. It's Da Vinci. That is a true. Well, no. Okay. It depends. Are you talking about an actual trade dress cover, or are you talking about one of those cover B 1 in 50 covers where they get the artist to spend 6 months painting it? Yeah. Okay. Anywho,
instead of saying third guy, we all have names on the screen for once. You can actually write the name out. Talk about.
That's true. Also, we are not talking about one of the biggest impacting parts of this cover. The price was $1.
The price is only $1. Yeah.
That's too
all
much
right.
for me.
So if you haven't voted and you want to, feel free to. And if the numbers change, I'll change it. What we got here is 2 5s knocking out 2 of those 3 9s. Move up to 6. We've got 6 of those, so that takes care of one of the last 9. All 4 8s and 1 of the 7s, and that's where this thing lands as well. 7. Bum. I have a feeling that's where we're going to end up here a lot in the 7s.
You know what? 7 is still a passing
7?
grade.
7 is still passing. It is still good. Yes.
It is
You know,
still good.
we're judging all these covers, but we're not judging any Judge Dredd covers.
Well, one day we will have to vote for that. All righty. Let me put the go for 4
We'll
here.
just do it.
Go for 4. All righty.
This is number 3.
There we
This
go.
is 3.
All righty. Oh, shit. It's the 4th one, but it's
Fourth
number
issue,
3.
but it's issue. Yeah, I get
it's
what you're
the
saying.
4th one we're looking at, but it is issue number 3. I'll correct that.
All right,
I get what you're saying.
guys, just wait till the number 4 shows when they can go.
Okay, so let's see. I like the black. The black background works. Unfortunately, the box gets in the way of the hand. But what's going on here? It's almost. I mean, he's holding him like I put I keep making that mistake. I put pistachio in my hand like that, and that's the way he's. Oh, it's a pretty bird. Look at the pretty superheroes. Like if they were dying and they were like the Avengers cover or something like that, that's fine. I like the action going on with Speedball and Firestar. It would be better if he was like crushing maybe Night Thrasher. Namorita. Holy Hannah, when did she make it to the freaking plastic surgeon?
Issue 1.
Issue 1. Yeah, I don't know what Vance Astra is doing up against that guy's fingers. Overall, this isn't bad. The shading's okay on the face. It's the Mad Thinker. I don't hate this cover. I'll give this an 8. I think it's very good. All right. How about you, Zach?
I like a lot of the same stuff you were. I also like the darker background. I think it makes the colors pop more on the costumes. I like the detail of the Mad Thinker here. The shading on his face, the way his face is drawn, he genuinely looks insane, which I like. It's kind of got that vibe like some of those early Fantastic Four covers where like Doom is really big and like over Latveria or whatever. It kind of gives me that same vibe. I'm going to give this another 10.
All right. And Eric?
I'm going to give this a 7. The art itself isn't particularly good. And if they didn't tell you that was the Mad Thinker on the cover, you would have no idea because I don't know if he was reimagined for the 90s, but that doesn't look a bit like Mad Thinker.
Do you know what it looks like? Jason Bateman from Hogan's Heroes. Or Hogan Family?
Hogan's Heroes.
Hogan's Family. Yeah, not Hogan's
Family,
Heroes.
I don't remember anybody looking that unkempt in Hogan's Heroes.
What did you say you're giving it, Eric?
7.
7. And RDB?
First of all, I can't believe that guy's trying to imitate Pixel's fingers, but I'll never get that size. Well, you're talking about what Vance is doing on the right. We don't know what Namorita is doing on the left there. And Thrasher is just like, I'm a robot. Oh, God, help me. I'm just moving my arms randomly. It's just weird. If you just focus on Firestar on the left, you don't notice everything else. This is a 4.
All right. It's a 4.
I don't think I've ever heard RDV give a comic book lower than a 7.
All right.
No, I have. This is
we're judging you big under the bridge. Most people do. And they say I'm really good at it. Let's see. It's a solid 5 from Pat S. All righty. And let's see. This is a high 10, says Solomon Grundy. We have Man of Action. I'm going to have to go back and reread these. I know. That kind of happens sometimes when we do these. It's like, wow, I remember this, or I've never seen this. I want to check it out. It's awesome. Shirley says a 5, and Glinzer says an 8. All righty. Let's see. 5 from Dan Alvin. And let's see. Eric doesn't remember 1991. This makes me wish I didn't. Oh, one slick dude says 5. Werewolf says weird ass fingers, man. Weird ass fingers, man. All right.
I thought the fingers were drawn pretty well.
We got a 5, and then Jackson says 4. All righty. Let's see. Kind of small gang, says Eddie. Werewolf by lunchtime is saying it's a 5. All right. Let's see. It looks like he's in need of an exorcism. Like the rock and roll covers back in the day, he says. Or rock and roll or rock and roll? Joe says 6.
Rock and Roll's an awesome movie.
Yes, it is. No Warriors number 3, says Maranya. Looming villain holding the heroes. Black background sets off the figures. Great concept. Good execution. Scoring only an 8 because of the looming villain. Meaning it that elevated and not that the looming villain brought it down. I thought that was Mr. Hyde for a second, says Glinzer. And Man of Action says, yeah, an 8 is good. All righty. 9 from Manny from Good Dog Press. It looks like he smoked the New Jack City flavored crack. Wait, it's got flavors now? The 80s are back! All right, so anywho, Dark Admiral says 5.
What kind of cereal is that? It's going with a prize?
Miss Wally Wood, 10 years prior, self-destruction. Yikes. We all do. We all do. Hulk Hogan's family. MK says 9. He looks nuts and reminds me of the guy from Final Fight, the boss in the first level. So MK gives this a 9.
That's very specific. Were you just playing that game?
Eddie Remen says 6. And we have that one finger doesn't have a nail on it.
I can't tell if he's bending it back.
If you wanted, you better put a nail on it. And Ethereal says 8. That's absolutely the only thing I know from Beyonce.
Well, the nail is gone because Vance is getting nailed.
I was leaning 4. That's really low for me. And exactly is what I usually say. That's from Alice in Wonderland. Tell you exactly.
The last
the hookah smoking caterpillar.
The only other 4 I've ever given on any of these rankings was the Calvacalade over his comic Calvacalade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had some kooky covers. Banana Strawberry Crack is pretty good, or so I've heard. Not big on banana.
I was like,
I'm gonna pass on the crack if it's flavored like banana.
My favorite was the Hannibals Danibals back in the 90s.
Okay, so this is what we've got. We got 2 4s knocking out those 2 10s. 6, 5. So we get rid of all the 9s and all but one of the 8s, but the 7 or the 6s get rid of that last 8 and that last 7. And ladies and gentlemen, we have our first 6. I feel like we should be celebrating going down instead of up because I don't know if we're going to get a 10 today. All right, so here we go.
With New Warriors, probably not.
Right. All righty. So here we go. It is back to Zach. Zach, you have issue number 4.
Oh, I love these types of covers. These are cool. The white on the background. Well, since one of those guys is like all black, I guess if it was a black background, he would just blend right in.
Wow.
Shut up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean.
There's a lot of white. All right. Yeah.
I just rated the last cover a 10. No, this is cool. I like the new villains for the new Warriors. It's really cool. I like the two sides clashing. So we see Namorady here with her ponytail like more slicked back. The different. I like this a lot though. I mean, I'm gonna give this I mean, this would get 13-year-old.
It's kind of pretty persuasion down there.
Yeah.
Who touches you can like manipulate you.
Number 10. That's my rank.
Okay. All righty. How about you, Eric?
Side note, I don't like this Kid Nova costume. With the red.
I think I'm going to check in at a 9.
All righty. RDV?
Even Silver Surfer hates New Warriors. Look at that. He's on the left and middle. And then you got, looks like Hardak, or whatever his name is, from Malibu. The clown monster on the top, though, I swear I've seen 30 other variant versions of that from different IPs. And all it is like a smoke monster wearing a mask. You take it off, and it's just like, it's gone. You know,
it was the 90s, man.
I know, right? But the funny thing is like they have the stripper down there on the bad team, and she was like, she can persuade you, or through pretty persuasions. I was like, that is the most weirdest 90s character I've ever heard of. And it's like, because I remember the Spider-Man issue. But and man, every time I see the guy in Blue Marvel, he reminds me of Nighthawk. But he's missing the other part. Overall, I'm gonna go at 8.
8. Okay, this is
I just think it's just gonna be Arrow all over again.
This is the classic homage cover. Every one of them does it, usually at issue number 100, so they could be an X-Men clone. That's why you haven't seen it in forever and a day, because no modern comic ever makes it near 100. Okay, but I got a big problem, not so much with the art. It says, introducing Cyanex, that's the team. They were bred for one purpose, to destroy the New Warriors. The book is 4 issues old. How is this a team that has, well, we're just going to raise from birth these people to fight these teenage heroes that just became a team?
And who is breeding superheroes? Is this Sinister?
I know, right? Well, supervillain.
Funny.
Like I said, the art isn't bad. It's just a poor version of this cover, because instead of being down the middle and seeing all the heroes like you do on the good ones, you're over the top. It's angled. The Cloud character, love him for what he is. Yes, he does take off the mask. He does take off the necklace and doesn't get work again for like 15 years until Studio Ghibli makes Spirited Away. So, you know, you got to give it up for him, at least for that. I'm giving this a 7.
See, I thought once he takes off that golden mask is up, and then he waits until 2005, and then he's Galactus.
Right. Okay, so Shirley's giving this an 8. Glinzer's giving this a 10, and Good Dog Press an 8. All righty, 8.
The one guy 10, down there, he just
8.
has jeans, a t-shirt, and a jacket.
Yep. It's laundry day. I don't know. Really. Love these types of covers, says Jackson. Just not this one. Giving it a 5.
Night Thrasher.
Joe says 8. Joe says 8 underwhelming villains, but you've got jeans and t-shirt guy. All right. So Solomon Grundy's giving it 8 as well. So we got 5 and 2 8s.
Oh man.
All righty. And let's see, Cyanex, his parents must really hated him. Well, it's not a him, it's them. And they were like, okay, we need a name, but we're sponsored by a pharmaceutical company. What can we come up with?
Cyanex's pronouns are literally they, them.
New Warriors number 4 says Maranya, phoned in homage cover, figures drawn well, score a 7, and I'm being generous.
If this was 2020, the new words would be like MAGA wearing hats, and then we go against Pfizer.
Well, Dark Admiral gives this a 9, and let's see, Werewolf a 6, and One Slick says 6. Avengers did these types of covers better. So we've got a 9 and 2 6s. All righty, let's see. Werewolf says 5. So does Dan Alvin. I'm not. Look. All righty. Is Marvel Boy fighting the magic lasso with a spear and magic helmet? Marvel Boy? There's Marvel? Where's Marvel? What?
Marvel Boy is down at the very bottom right corner. That was Vance Astro's first name was Marvel Boy. Then he renames as Justice later on.
Well, Ethereal says 5 and MK says 7. Alrighty then. And let's see. Eddie says 7 and Pat says solid 7. All right. Let's see. Never seen a Studio Ghibli. Those are really
Pretty
fun.
good.
And I think they had Ponyo out for a day. I'm now imagining E sitting with a thumb and forefinger to his chin, analyzing a comic cover for several minutes. I have done that on this show before. The jeans and t-shirt guy really sells the covers. That's all I'm running. I prefer Speedball's pet over Speedball himself. In all honesty, I would prefer Speedballs, but it's mostly over like the lighter. Like I don't do pot. I mean,
I agree. I've never seen Studio Ghibli.
By the way, kids, don't do drugs. Okay. All righty.
I've only ever seen a Ghibli on iCarly, and that's about it.
Right. But no, they're actually, Ponyo's hit the big screens. Next week, Coraline. I think that starts today for the next week or so. Coraline's out.
I know they have Princess Mononoke was at one of my theaters recently.
So I gotta ask, we have 23 people watching. How many people have actually voted, though?
A few.
Don't be like America, folks. Everybody votes.
Some people like to just listen in, but I do appreciate everybody who votes. That last one got 4, 6, 11, 15, 18, 20 votes. So
everyone should be like voting. America Chavez. She's great.
Most people are voting, so that is not a bad thing. All righty, let's see what this got. This got 4 5s, knocking down both of those 2 10s and 2 of the 3 9s. The 2 6s take out that last 9 and 2 of the 4 8s. And then the 5 7s knock down the rest of the 8s. And, dude, it's not looking good for your new Warriors. That's all I'm saying, okay, man?
That's fair.
At this point, they're called old Warriors.
I mean, look, I'm on average. Everything's been okay. I do believe it was me, Zach. This time it's Eric's turn. Start us off, dude.
They're middle-aged warriors.
But by the way, Undead Quinn came at the end, but it was a 7, so I'm guessing it just reinforces the 7 that was
exactly. Yep. But it does up the score.
What do I have here? Well, I do like the fact that Speedball's doing what he does best, looking ridiculous in the right-hand corner.
That's why Zach likes them. He identifies them.
Yeah, this I'll give it an 8.
All righty. We got an 8 from Eric, RDV.
Well, it's Mark Bagley art. And wow, Namorita was looking better before, and then I see the stupid winged feet, and then it brings it down the score more.
She's Atlantean. What do you want?
But Namor was a mutant because he had winged feet. Let's forget about the fact that so did Namorita.
I think they're related, if I remember right.
They're the same person.
So is Scott and Havoc. They don't have the same powers.
That's true.
So what do you grade this?
Well, who's the guy in the middle? Star Thief?
Star Thief. Power personified and the deadliest foe the Warriors have ever faced.
In all of their 5 issues.
an activist. No. This is a lame cover. This is a 6.
All righty. And Eric. Oh, I'm sorry, Zach.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. It doesn't pack as big of a punch as some of the previous covers have. I do like the action on there. The coloring is great. Speedball does kind of look like he just like got thrown out or something. But I like the explosive action between like Nova and Namorita and this guy. I give it a 7.
All right.
Also, only 4 of the 6 corner heads.
Eric started us off. Okay. Look, I'm looking at this. I'm thinking the main action, Star Thief and Nova, Kid Nova. That looks cool. That's fine. Namorita is drawn well, I think, and so is Starfire. You're right. Speedball looks like he was an afterthought on this cover. and actually the other, what am I going to do with them? They're in the sky. No, I'll aim it, and I'll have Night Thrasher and Marvel Boy going, come down here. We'll show you what fur. It's just beyond that. This is a very average cover. No background. The purple, I guess it kind of, it doesn't even make the title pop. Once again, I'm going to go 6 on this.
Oh, I have to make a correction. I did not realize this is Bailey art. I thought it was a Mark Bagley art. It still doesn't matter. It's still a bad cover.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Sorry,
Bailey. Won't you come home, Mark Bailey? Glenzer says 8. Undead Quinn says 6. All righty. Let's see. Dark Admiral says 7. Shirley says 6. 7 and 6. You happy, Zach? We're ranking the mid warriors. So this title won a vote out of 4 titles, right? It actually tied with another one.
Instead of getting the better one, we're giving
when I was writing everything down, making folders for everything, I realized I forgot New Warriors, so I said, screw it, let's do it tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, so Ethereal Dragon is saying 7, and Jackson Raykirk is saying 5. Okay, we got a 7 and 5. Whoops. All right, and who stole my star? Wait, what?
Oh, he's talking about Star Thief.
Oh, there you go. We've got a 7 from MK, a 5 from Joe, and a 4 from Werewolf. I'll tell you what, though. You know what? I don't care if they're getting middle and low scores. It's fun. We're just terrible.
They get a presentation. You get a little.
It's
ribbon,
fun.
right?
It's fun not having every book rated 10. It's fun to have some diversity of.
I'm glad for you bringing in the worst covers for us to change that.
Really, the worst covers? I'm sure that we could look easily anywhere today and find worse covers.
Dan Alvin is. I'll tell you what would be fun to do for one of these shows. Let's name. We'll name a character. And then each of us bring the best and worst cover of those characters. We don't get to vote on our own. Everybody else does, and the winners and losers win.
I don't hate this idea.
You know, so like we all pick out our like we say, Batman, find the best and worst cover. What you think the best and worst is, and come up with like 2 each. That way, if there's
hold on. If we're gonna do that for Batman, we gotta wait till Scott Snyder's new book comes out.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Why is Riley Rosmo drawing it?
No, it's Nick Dragotta, who is a great comic book artist, but everybody hates it because he looks jacked.
Okay, so bad cover bad being 4. Dan Alvin says 5. One Slip goes, I'll go 7. The villain is the best part of the cover, the only saving grace.
The only day that he didn't skip was leg day.
No, his legs are pretty jacked too.
Let's see. Speedball is acting. Spider-Man moved to them. At the bottom, I can't do anything. Glad actually foe. But still 7, says Eddie. All right.
And what part are they not new anymore? I don't know.
Let's see. A lot of Bailey art hate tonight. That is Bagley, right? That I'm reading.
It is Bagley. It is Bagley.
He later said it was spell check.
New Warriors 5, good action cover, would benefit greatly from dark black background, score to 7. Okie dokies. He picked 3 other mediocre titles, so New Warriors would have a chance. This is how I do it most often. Eric, give us a title. Zach, give us a title. And for like 9 years, we've only been doing this for a few months, but for 9 years, Zach's been saying New Warriors. New Warriors.
It's your fault. You're the one that introduced. You're the drug dealer that got me to smoke a joint, and now I'm just like, I need more. That's a terrible analogy.
Yes, it is. And it was a pole, not a joint. Let's be honest. Okay, so anywho,
And now we get
why is my channel shadow banned again? Okay.
No idea. No idea at all.
Not even a little bit. All righty, let's see. We got stop. What we're getting here is 2 4s knocking out those 2 8s and never even went higher than an 8. All righty. But then we've got 3 6s knocking out 3 of those 7 7s, and then the 6s take care of the rest.
3 6s.
And that's where this goes. It's going to go into the 6s. Boom, boom. All righty, and I do believe that was Eric's turn. So RDV, you get to lead us off on the next one. Boom.
Wow, if only Pixel was here to see the awesome Inhuman. And not only that, we get floating heads.
Yeah, we do. You're right.
They are looking at him. You cannot deny that these are floating heads.
These are floating heads.
This is what floating heads look like.
See how there are no corner heads at the same time? They are one and the same.
This is not a roll call box. It's not stars. It's not any of that. These are actual floating heads. This is RDB's, right?
Yeah, yes, I think so. Yeah.
It's just
what do you give it?
It's such a weird pose for Black. But we look at it, he's got like the jazz hands going, "Hey guys, what's going on?" The Nixon, I'm not a crook.
He does. I cannot see that now.
Inhumans, the Watcher, Star Thief is even here, and even the Warriors. What are you waiting for, Pixel? Buy it. This is a lot better. I'm going to give this an 8.
All righty. Zach.
This does have even more than the, even more than the Thor. I think this does channel a lot more of the Bronze Age kind of vibe. Floating heads, that's all I need right there is floating heads. But Black Bolt, I do love the Inhuman love. So yeah, this is going to be a 10.
Starfire looks like he's from the 1960s.
Who?
Eric.
Or
Firestar.
I have to disagree with Jackson there. It's an homage to Fantastic Four 46. And no, it's not as good as Kirby's, but it's still floating heads, homage cover. I gotta give this a 10.
All righty.
It's got 2 things that I really like in covers.
This and the first issue are almost the only ones where I say, "Wow, this is a working comic book cover. This is doing its business. This is taking care of it." Black Bolt looks cool. You do have the floating heads. Once again, in order to be a proper floating head comic, they have to be reacting to what's in the center. They are. I think it could do without the word boxes. Maybe one strip along the bottom would have worked a lot better because it looks like he's shitting out exposition right here, and that's just not necessary.
Also,
but even in spite of that flaw, I'm going to give this one a 9.
I need to ask, why does he have the gliding cape? He's not Banshee. He's not going to scream and think he's going to fly.
Because
he does fly. He does fly.
But he lets out a little bit of sound in that sound wave, the same way Banshee floats. He does. Glenzer is giving it a 9, and so does Undead Quinn.
That's a Bagley cover. Thank you, Werewolf.
Let's see. Inhuman Introduction says Eddie, and Dark Admiral says 9.
Oh,
and Werewolf says, "I always tell Black Bolt my secrets." Don't we? Oh,
Speedboat looks like the Wisp right there.
They messed with Black Bolt. I bet that ends well, says Man of Action. Joe says 7 and 10 from Manny for the floating heads. 7 and 10. 6 from Ethereal Dragon. And boom, floating head, says Undead Quinn. So we got that 6. Let's see. Shirley says 6, and Jackson says poor man's Kirby cover 6. All right, so we got 2 of those. And the reason it looks like that is because Black Bolt farted, and it was loud. It shattered his throne. The heads are whatever. Whatever. All the heads are.
Heads are rolling.
10 from Solomon Grundy.
I'm not a crook.
Let's see, 6 by the Werewolf. And New Warriors number 6 says Maranya. Bolt lending shine to the mediocre team book. Floating head cover execution well done. Score a 10 because the cool inhuman Black Bolt and the floating heads alone. Alrighty. Let's see whom is next. That a Romita cover. Did we find out who?
No, it's Bagley.
No,
It's
we said Bagley.
MK is saying the floating head debate begins again. I'll vote 8. Looks like he's summoning the heads out of nowhere whenever he wants. Alrighty. Let's see. Medi saying 8 as well. Black Bolt doing the man spread. Pose no background context. 7 from one slick dude. The only thing selling this book is the bottom word box. Alrighty. What are you waiting for? Bullet! Bullet! Man of Action says 7, and Eric and Boyd says 9. Alrighty. Boom, boom. Another 5, says Dan Alvin. Let's see, and then, yep, that's them. Okay, let me put up the stop. And once again, if you do vote after the stop, I will include your score. This is just a marker of sorts. There we go. And let's pop that down. And what we got is 1 5 knocking out one of those 5 10s, but the 4 6s take care of the rest. So now it's 3 7s versus 5 9s. Leaving 2 left, but the 3 8s take out those 2 and 1 8 left standing. All righty, where is Black Bolt? Okay, now before we move forward, it's time to get the poll going. And here's what we're going to do. This poll was of books that Zachary, sorry for calling you Zach.
My full name. Wow, am I in trouble?
Yeah, if I knew your middle name. Yeah, I know your last name is Richards.
That's true. You got me there.
So yes. So what we're gonna do, so like we are going to mark it as books that Zach would hate. All right, Eric, what do you think?
I'm going to throw out Black Lightning.
Black Lightning. Okay, there you go. All righty. RDV, what is a book that Zach would hate?
Well, I know he doesn't like Spider-Man, but I'm not gonna go with that though. Whew. Anything that's got taste, right? Come back to me.
Okay, well, we all know about Zach and him only liking Power Man if he's with Iron Fist. So I am just going to go straight up Heroes for Hire Power Man.
That's actually what I would have recommended. That go back to the joke that started it all.
There you go. All righty, RDV, are you understanding what we're doing now?
I am. But there's so
you can tell
many
who the one guy was backstage that we
Yeah.
talked it over. You could tell who wasn't there.
Yeah, but there's so many books that he doesn't like though. Let's just go with Fantastic Four, but Kirby.
I don't think you get what we're
I don't
doing
think he
here.
gets the assignment. I don't think he
Well,
gets the
that's
assignment.
all I heard you say Luke Cage, so I don't know. Are we just choosing black people?
There you go.
Yes!
Oh my
He
God.
gets it!
Just fucking say that.
Because it was funnier mentioning how these are going to be books that Zach has got. It's not funny if you have to explain it.
Fine,
Oh my
fine,
God.
fine. Then we'll do 90s Blade.
90s Blade. Okay,
Blade.
there we go.
For those of you who are new and watching this, no, I'm not a racist. I
He's
just
not, but
like Luke Cage and Iron Fist over regular
Well, I
Luke
thought
Cage
we
by
were
himself.
Zach's not a racist. He just plays one on YouTube.
Well, the thing of the Geeky Puppet Show, there's a lot of books that Zach doesn't like.
There you go.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
but
look
we were joking around. Yes, it is just a joke.
Yes.
a long
It's a good.
time ago.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea though for a poll.
A long time ago, I had some Power Man on some Luke Cage Power Man, the first before issue number 50, and he goes, "Wow, I don't really like Luke Cage unless he's with Iron Fist." And then I pointed out, "Oh, you only like him if the white guy's with him," and that just rolled over him for the last 4 years. I think
4 years now. I think. Yeah.
It's the same with if I open a book, I'm tearing the E off because once I tore the E off of it.
Zach, you could have saved so much trouble if you hadn't just said, "Well, yeah."
All right, Zach, what is actually a book that you don't like?
What is actually? That's a good question. What about? Oh, what if we do Captain America and the Falcon? Because like teamwork is terrible.
Okay, like Captain America and the Falcon from the 70s, or do you want Falcon Cap from the 2000s?
No, not the 2000s. I'm talking about the 70s. The covers from the age that people like.
Okay, because I do not do covers from after 2013 because they stopped making comics after 2013.
Well, Marvel did. Marvel did, yes. That
there you go.
Green and I.
All righty, there you go. The poll is up, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody who's listening in, feel free to vote, and we will put this in the rotation. Let's see.
You could just chose Jewish characters too, like the Regman.
Yeah, so long as anything that isn't straight up white. But there you go. Okay. Anywho, let's keep this party going. Let's see where we are. Is that was RDV, so it's my turn again, and I get issue number.
No, Solomon Grundy. No, I'm not.
All righty. Oh, we got a lot of comments while we were talking. Lois Lane 106. I am curious. Is this show on the same time every week? We try to have it every night except for Saturday. It doesn't always happen, and sometimes I have to bow out. But 10:30 Eastern, we try to have this show on. It's been a lot of fun. It really has. I like doing these. So let's see. New Warriors 2 gets an 8 from me, says Erica Boyd. Hey, Erica.
Oh, Cloak and Dagger would be a good call. You're right, man.
Yeah.
Oh, can I change? Oh no, the poll's already up.
Polls up. I can't change it at this point.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I changed it up to Black Cat. He doesn't like Black Cat.
Nobody does.
It's not the black you're looking for.
Right. Okay, so here we go. Let me get the stop or the start for 7. Alrighty, start for 7. And here we are. Okay, it is my turn. What are we looking at? We're looking at the Punisher insignia in the background. We've got Bronze. Well, I'm sorry, the Bengal.
I thot it was Bronze Tiger too.
Yeah, wrong company. Night Thrash fighting the Punisher. You know what? This would be badass if the Punisher symbol didn't look off a little bit.
Yeah, it is off center.
It's like the artist. I guess this is Bagley. And they drew it full size on the right-hand side, but realized they need room for the corner box.
It looks like. And
so they skimped a little bit.
It looks like they tried to redesign the skull, just like they redesigned Johnny Blaze's motorcycle. Remember the 90s? And it got ugly.
It's not great, but it's not bad. I'm going to give this a 7. All right, Zach, what do you think?
I like the Brady Bunch tiles up at the top with the characters' faces. That's fun.
I honestly didn't see that. I was focusing on the middle, but that's pretty cool.
That's a lot of fun. I really like that a lot. I do like the showdown between the two characters. I agree with you. Punisher is off center. That kind of, I don't care for that too much. I like they did away with the boxes and now they're kind of just like the jagged edge circles. I like that a little bit more. I'm going to give this a 9. I'm going to say it's awesome.
Right. And Eric, what do you think?
I think the Punisher logo figures if it keeps squinting, it might see a better fight.
It's discount Batman versus discount Bronze Tiger.
Sounds like somebody's been watching some Steve Inman. This is a 5. This just is not yet. Actually, the best part of the thing are the heads going across the top.
Yeah. All righty, RDV, what do you say?
He is right. If you just end where it says Warriors and just cut the rest of it out, it's a good book. No, but I'm looking at that. I'm like, well, you know, one guy, the Thrasher is a black man. If that's the other black man under the costume, they're both in the shadow of the Punisher. Wow, DC or Marvel. It's kind of giving this another 4. I'd rather see Punisher. I don't want to see the shadow of the Punisher. I want to see the Punisher.
Well,
This is like
Wait for the next issue. Yeah.
I know I am, but I'm like the Bangle. I'm like this. I'm like I love the Bangle so much. I'm gonna be just like them, and I'm gonna steal somebody else's size. Elektra's pissed off.
They went through DC Comics to get the idea for the Bronze Tiger, and on the way home to Marvel, they stopped by Mirage Studios and take Raphael's size.
No, Elektra's.
Okay, yeah, there's somebody in Marvel. Dark Admiral says
you
7.
didn't watch a movie just recently and had them.
Dark Admiral says, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. I voted for this? Okay, yeah, I started this. Dark Admiral says 7. Glinzer says 6. All righty, next up. Hey, Werewolf by Lunchtime, welcome. Okay, welcome. I don't think I've seen your name before. That's true. Hey, new people. Shirley. What was his name again? Lunchtime. Oh, I'm sorry.
Werewolf by
Werewolf.
Lunchtime.
Welcome. All righty. So let's see. Shirley says 5. Ethereal says 6. All righty. There we go.
Says this book makes me sleepy.
New Warriors number 7. This is a dynamic cover focused on one hero-villain battle, one-on-one. Punisher's skull in the background. Cool. Using the space above the trade dress for the team members' cat's call. Score it an awesome 10.
What
Says
year is
Maranya.
this? Is this 94?
Joe says 5. It looks off, and Good Dog Press says 7.
I can tell you what year. Give me a second.
92.
92.
One Slick says 6. This New Warriors cover, right? Punisher seems the main focus, and the cover characters are secondary.
92. Eric, do you remember this by then?
Nope.
Okay.
Let's see. And that was a 6. And Solomon Grundy is giving it a 6. All right.
Well, the good news is
you see Man of Action saying there's a big ass crossover around this time with like 7 or 8 other Marvel heroes. And,
Yeah.
Hey, MK, I'm usually at work. I'm in Australia. I had today off, enjoying the show. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Oh, and by the way, if you do miss a show live, we do keep them posted, and I don't score everything until way later because I want to do videos on all of these, but really I've only done 2 so far, 3. Yeah. But yes, by all means, put your scores in on the videos already posted if you would like. Let's see. Brady Bunch Tiles bring it up to a 6, says Dan Alvin, and Jackson gives it a 5. All right, we got a 6 and a 5. Gailey, are you bringing the boy down?
Every night she brings you down.
Dude, that's not the way it works. She elevates. She elevates me, man. It'd be so much better if Punisher was on a rooftop in the background aiming a gun at him. It would, sir. 4 from Werewolf by Lunchtime. Alrighty, I could make a racial comment about the Punisher skull, but I'd rather not. I would, in all honesty, I'm wondering what it would be, but so long as you don't include any slurs, I'm kind of interested. All right, so let's see. 7 from American Boyd, 7 from Eddie Remen. All right. Let's see. Why do we need Warrior's head in the corner box on top of the comic? I'll say 7 here, says MK. And Man of Action says 8. All righty. Good dynamic in the idea of the Punisher in the background. Punisher is coming after all of them. And let's see.
Chinese skull squinting.
Oh my gosh.
All righty. Forgot to put the stop up.
Why not, Marvel? Let's have Chinese Punisher.
Yeah, the bird seems really like he's only once has he ever flown downstairs because the stairs are a lot steeper, but he sounds like he's flying downstairs.
Zach, can you imagine that? Chinese Punisher will be punished a long time.
Oh my god.
All righty, so here's what we got. We got 2 4s knocking down the 1-10 and the 1-9. We've got 4 5s taking out the 1-8. and then 3 of the 7 sevens, and then the 5 sixes take care of the rest. And ladies and gentlemen, this gets a wonderful grade of average. It's average. It's an average cover. Alrighty. Yeah, by today's standards, so much better. All right, so that was mine. This is yours, Zach.
Ooh.
Issue number 8.
Look at all this action. This is cool. So this is what I talk about when I see comics and they kind of give you a tease of the story inside. Like this does that. You got Punisher pumping Night Thrasher full of lead. You've got the rest of the New Warriors fighting another new super team, Force of Nature. Cool action post.
Chinese Punisher kills someone. Does he have to wait an hour before he kills again? So why is my channel shadow banned again?
This is a 10 for me. I like everything about this. It's a 10.
Okay. Oh, and by the way, yes, the channel is shadow banned, so please share. It needs it.
Like and share, folks.
Yes.
He said shadow ban, not Shadowland.
That is true. Okay, so Eric, what do you think of this awesome cover?
I agree with Zach. Awesome action. Everybody on the team looking badass, heroic, with one noticeable exception. hey guys, the tentacles have me. Jesus.
Is there any cover that makes Speedball a badass? You know, we got to put Speedball into this because we got to find out. All right. What do you give this, Eric?
Oh, this is a 10. I said Speedball is, I said he's accurately depicted.
All righty. So, RDV, what do you think? What do you think?
I was looking more at like, what's up with Sam's or whatever, or Richard's feet there.
Richard Ryder.
It looks like he's got like deer legs.
Yeah, the way that that's almost some Rob Liefeld level feet.
As I said, Rob Liefeld must have guessed it or guessed a drawing on here. But yeah, Punisher dude with the red bandana. That's great.
That's pretty great.
Screw you, Danielson. This is Eagle Fang. And he's shooting the black guy. No wonder Zach likes this.
All right. What's your score?
I'm giving this a 10.
And once again, it doesn't necessarily have to be the greatest of art. For Christ's sake, one Superman book the other day was getting a 10 because it had Pat Boone playing a ukulele for Lois Lane, and Superman was jealous. So whatever floats your boat, really. I think this is awesome. You're right. The heroes look ridiculous, or at least one. Is that a...
And Marita's really right in that tentacle there.
She is. Yeah, it's going between her legs.
She's like, easy my first rodeo. I'm good.
Yeah, but she is looking ripped. I don't think 10, but I will give this a 9 because it is awesome in a very, very silly way. Let's go up to the chat, and what we got here is 10 from Glenzer and an 8 from Ethereal Dragon. Alrighty, we got a 10 and 8. And then we have a 9 from Dark Admiral, and an 8 from Joe, and a 9 from Eric and Boyd.
What's
so
that
an 8 and 2 9s.
What's that blonde guy from the Wrecking Crew?
What? Pile Driver?
Yeah, he looks
Man,
like
he does kind of have his color scheme, or his
Man of Action is giving it a 10. Solomon Grundy 10 because I looked at this manly cover and suddenly grew hair on the bottom of my feet.
It's like, it's like he took Pile Driver's costume and mixed it with Firestorm.
Shirley is giving this an 8, and Solomon Grundy is asking if Speedball is gay. Dude, I think he's married.
I don't think he's married.
I wouldn't recommend dating a comic book character because it's a comic book character. But hey, you know what? You do you. You do you.
That's fair.
While looking at Speedball comics. Dan Alvin is saying, 10. Wow. Is this the same cover artist as before?
I think it's still Bagley, yeah.
Yeah. Says Bags something. Alrighty, so we got an 8 from Shirley and a 10. Alrighty.
He said bags, not mags.
There you go.
Not
Yeah.
Pistaggio.
Jackson says 7 only for Namorita. Good Dog Press gives it an 8. And let's see. Nova liking that tentacle a little too much. Namorita also. 7. Forgot to change the title to New Chinese Punisher. There you go. See, everything has a little bit of a flaw. Let's see. 5, not my cup of tea, says Werewolf. Alrighty. And what is Richard Rider's nickname? I do not know. I love Speedball. Really dug his depiction around the time Marvel's formerly main continuity ended, says Dan. Where he became, what was it, in like Penance or something like that?
Yeah, they turned him into Penance. Civil War did Speedball dirty. That's my one gripe with Mark Millar, is that they did Speedball dirty.
Well, that and the whole story sucked, but otherwise, okay, yeah.
I can forgive the rest of it.
MK is saying, yeah, what's up with the tentacles? This is a comic or something else, Japanese that uses tentacles. Let's just say, haha. I'll say 9. Punisher doing his Rambo impression. Alrighty, actually, I do believe Punisher came first. Alrighty, and that has been Rambo's biggest gripe. And I give that 9 from MK. Alrighty. No Warriors number 8, Punisher versus Night Thrasher. Should have been the only thing on the cover. Split cover, fail for me. Score a 7 only because Punisher coolest. It would have gone way lower without him, so it gets a 7. Kiyoshu Kid Nova is transformed into Pan like Peter Pan. Eddie gives it a 10. Peter Pan. Civil War did them all dirty. They did Speedball dirty. He sure ain't alone. Dan is saying it's perspective. Rarely see Nova looking so hugely kinetic. Perfect bifurcation of cover is almost compositionally complex. Oh, really now? Didn't know that. Okay, there we go. All right, let me get the stop up in these parts here. Once again, if you want to vote and you haven't yet, just put the numbers in. I'll change as it is necessary. All right, and what we got here, we have 1 5 knocking out one of those 8 10s, and then we've got 3 7s. So that takes care of all the way down to 4. Yep, there we go. We got 4 8s, and we're left with 4 9s. We have another high scorer for the New Warriors. Bum, bum. Where is he? Where is he? Here it is. Oh, the highest scored so
highest
far.
One so far.
Yeah.
Nice.
All righty, and that was yours, right?
I believe so.
So next up is Eric.
Let's see. I'm not sure why the Punisher has a phaser. But the action sequence is done pretty well. And I am a sucker for the, oversized protagonist or antagonist, whatever fits the cover. So I'm going to give this another 10.
All right. And RDV, what do you say?
Like the nail gun he's got there. He's got done working on the roof. And then, Namorita's like, all right, this is more my speed now. Is that Wonder Man in the background with the green?
No, that's one of the Force of Nature people.
He's the opposite of Wonder Man. At that time, he's got the green outfit on. He's got the M. Looks like the Hard Choices Saga. Wow, man, I'm gonna go with my Paul. Let's see right here, right there, all here. This is a 10. We got the Evil Dead tentacles. We got a girl.
Evil Dead tentacles.
Some girls just can't get away from trees. Don't walk in the woods.
Okay, and we got a 10. Zach?
Yeah. Big Punisher, 90s Punisher. Looks good. I dig it. Forces of Nature doing their thing here. Yeah, I got to keep this 10 train going. I'm digging this. I dig it a lot.
Okay,
You know,
yes,
you know,
the Evil Dead thing with
but-
Namorita is awesome. We got some weird looking villains going on. I don't know what is up with the Punisher. The Punisher seems to like started to be the main character, but then they forgot the rest of his body and he became an afterthought. It's just odd to me. This cover is just off.
I gotta say, I did like Nova's costume. He's got that Cajun, or not the Cajun, but the Australian Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. The John
goodness
Byrne golden
gracious.
tan.
I'm looking. I'm thinking everything just kind of looks off. But it's not horrible.
Wait, he's a Wolverine
I'm gonna
variant.
give it a 7.
It's a multiverse. He's a Wolverine variant.
Alrighty, so going to the chat, Glenzer gives this an 8, and Erica Boyd gives it a 9. Alrighty, we've got a phaser held backwards, 6 from One Slick. I guess half a Punisher is better than none. Yeah, like I said, it looks like it was going to be the main character on the cover, and then they just stopped. 10, Solomon Grundy says, even though Punisher is wearing a tight-ass shirt.
It was the 90s.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know. It's like Catwoman with her boob socks. All righty, and that's 10 from Solomon Grundy. 8 from Dark Admiral. And those are clearly Uzis, says Joe.
Well, the one on the right leaning down is, but the one up there does not look like an Uzi, dude.
It looks more like a needle. Like
Firestar had her hair change color.
Pneumatic nail gun. It's just
I don't think she's on the cover.
Firestar
New Warriors number 9 says Maranya Punisher looming over the heroes. This is the only reason why I'm scoring this an 8, as the rest is lackluster art and meh composition. Alrighty. And then we've got not a good 4, says Werewolf. Or not good, give it a 4. Shirley says 5. And Joe and Good Dog Press both are saying 7. Man of Action, he ends up saving their asses. Tonight we're calling him Man of Spoilers. Let's see. Jackson says 5. It wouldn't make me pick it up. Oh, wait, it didn't. Okay. MK says 7 here for this cover. Also, R.I.P. Billy Bean and Dwayne Thomas. I'm sure Eric knows 2 sports guys. All right.
I
say
believe
again?
Dwayne Thomas was the cocaine cowboy.
You know, if you're going to be a cowboy. Eddie Redmond says 5, and Man of Action says 8. All right. And let's see. Hey, Villains just got the small yellow bus. And Ethereal Dragon says 8. All righty. I'm putting up the stop here. Still, if you do have a score, feel free to put that in. And let's see where this one stands. We have 1-4 Dragon down one of the 4 10s, and then the 3 5s take care of the rest. 1 6 kicks out that 1 9, and then we've got 5 8s, 4 7s. The 8s win. There we go. And here he is. Here he is to save the day. Alrighty, and that was whom again? Who started that one off? Let's see.
That was RDV, I think.
RDV. So it's my turn again. And I get issue number 10. Oh, hello. How are you doing? All right, let me get the start for 10.
Bye, Jackson. Have a good night. Come back.
How's it going, Jackson Ray Kirk?
Come back and comment.
Yep. Yes, by all means. And you take care. Be safe. Yeah, we're doing the usual 12 issues, plus, of course, the 1 starting. Look, I'm a dude. It's a 10. Hello, I'm the White Queen. My Hellions and I have just battled the New Warriors. Guess who won? Yeah, look, everybody's looking kind of cool on this one, even the dead people. And it's White Queen. I'm giving it 10. All right, Zach, go on ahead.
Yeah, I think it's also a 10, not just for the obvious reasons. I think this is also, because this is back when Emma Frost was a villain, not like, I'm bad, but I'm trying to be good. So yeah, I'm gonna give this a 10 for that, and just like showcasing pretty early on like how powerful she was. So yeah, it's a 10.
All right, Eric.
Let's see. Badass even defeat. Everyone with one notable exception.
What's wrong with Speedball?
He looks like he's trying to find a comfortable position to tan.
He does. He's got the one leg up. I mean, at least Nova's trying to grab Namorita's boob. I mean, his hand is falling right under it.
His other one's right between Firestar's legs.
Exactly. Nova's the cool one on this one. I mean, you know, Night Thrasher had his chance. He's not even looking up.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, but yeah, 10.
All righty, RDV, what do you say?
5 for each.
Well, I was gonna say, in order to get that cleavage, they had to suck all the fat out of the other girls and the guy, especially in the front there. Look at how skinny they are. Even
Namorita, she took Namorita's breasts on this one. Did she?
She is laying down.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at the dick's all skinny now, and so is Firestorm or Firestar. Sorry. Yeah, this is a 10, dude. Speedball, the dramatic pose. Oh, with the hair flowing that way, like the guy needs a haircut.
It was the 90s.
All right.
I don't care. Gambit has the long hair too, but he don't see him looking like that.
That's a good point.
So what do you score it there, Vink?
I just said it was a 10.
10. Okay, let's go to the chat.
Because I'm just focusing on the middle there, like everybody else.
We have a 10 for American Boyd and a 9 from Glinzer. Next up, Ethereal says 8. And we got a 10 from Shirley, 11 from Solomon Grundy, and we have, which of course is a 10, Man of Action gives it a 10, and Dan Alvin a 7. All righty, New Warriors number 10 says Maranya, Emma Frost lending Shine and Obvious Cheesecake to sell the book. By the way, I know this will sound weird, but a lot of comic book characters, women, especially when they're drawn in their in any costume that shows off the butt, are absolutely perfectly round. Here they remembered the butt artists. Let me give you a little PSA. Do not forget the butt dumping. It's real. It happens in life. It is a thing. There you go. Okay. Dark Admiral says 9. Alrighty. And we get what's good in life, boobs and thighs. Joe says not sure about Emma's face. All right.
Oh yeah, you can see her face.
I was
there. Go figure.
Well, see, I was looking further down. I didn't see anything above that.
7 looks like nap time for kindergartners, says one slit. The Art Adams New Mutants White Queen cover is infinitely better. I don't think any of us can argue that.
I'm pretty
but
sure
we did
found
get a
10,
7
20.
from Werewolf. Oh my God, the Nova Grope is coined. And Manny is giving this 9. All righty, kids. Where do we stand?
Where's number 10? I'm Frost lending Shine to the Obvious Cheesecake Sell the Blood. This cover has a great art overall. It should have been darker gray
I
background.
thought I read it off. Yeah, I read that off.
Yeah, you might have. I don't know. I'm
Oh,
just
I started it, but I didn't end it. Because I said sell the book, this cover, and I
like most people, they saw the cover and they didn't open it up.
Scores 10. All righty, I'll count the 10. Sorry about that. That was Englantino with a helping. Okay, now back to the ABC after school special. I swear, Mom, I didn't do pot. It was cocaine. Okay, so
what's that, Dad? Freebies?
Well, you know, I am from Florida.
Yeah.
Did we address what MK mentioned there?
What did
we were
MK
paying so much attention to Nova's hand? Yeah.
Where's the redhead chick? Where's Firestar's hand going?
If they stay on that for another couple seconds, we might have an adult film.
Yeah, it borders on the Superman Big Barda story.
Oh, Firestar's own hand.
Her own hand. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. This is this is the beginning.
She's
of
obviously holding her lower waist, her stomach, because she just had Taco Bell.
All right, we've got 3 7s and then 2 5s And we've got 3 9s, so that's 6, that's 8. But, ladies and gentlemen,
Do we have one?
Yeah, we have a first 10.
we had 110 left.
Yo, we made it.
So New Warriors does have a 10 cover tonight. All right.
Ironically,
made it.
it's
Okay,
covered
so
with
that was mine.
Boss.
This is yours, Zach.
Okay.
You got issue number 11.
This is okay. We have the time travel saga. Every great comic story has one. This is cool. You've got Nova. First of all, can we appreciate he's back in his normal Nova costume?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can.
Real Wolverine. He's coming to claim his brown and tan costume back. You've got Avengers here. I kind of don't like that it's mostly the Avengers and Wolverine show, and there's only one new warrior. But it is a cool setting. I'm going to give this an 8. I'm going to say it's very good.
All right. Eric.
I'm gonna actually go 9, only because not only is Nova back in his costume, he's got the yellow streak,
Yeah.
for the
That's
lower
cool.
body that's very reminiscent of his original series. And I do agree with you, Zach. It would have been nice to have a few other warriors tucked in this cover. Yeah, I'm sure if you look behind a rock or under a rock, you'll find Speedball.
Poor Speedball.
Okay, sorry, guys. I dislocated my toe.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Stand up and go kick it into the wall. Pop it back into
No,
place.
I got it. I got it. Just does not feel good.
That does not sound good, sir.
Oh, fuck beans.
How do you dislocate a freaking toe, bro? How
Well,
do you
first,
do this?
you remember
can
that
do it.
story I told about falling out of the tree? Okay, there it is.
Did you find it?
It just occasionally it goes click, and it's like, okay,
That sounds painful.
all right, okay. So, anywho, Eric, what do you think?
I gave it a 9.
You gave it a 9. Okay, RDV. Sorry about that, guys. I kind of lost my place.
Dear God, what happened to Iron Man's armor?
It was the 90s.
Like, he looks like he's wearing the Black Knight's armor from Monty Python that's painted red and gold. Just as a, I mean, Wolverine's got like the classic. I got the yellow shirt on. He's got the pants and boots. Like, I don't mind that. Like, Thor, it's like, is this really Thor? Is this really Captain America? Because they can't show the face. Like, it's so mysterious and dark. I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna give it a 9.
All
Jeez,
right.
Bagley was just everywhere. And
I'm gonna give this a 7. It's good, but it looks like they didn't have the rights to use the Avengers. So once again, we've got the Kmart version of the Avengers back in there where they have to hide everything.
Oh, you know what it reminds me
You
of?
know what it's
Captain
like?
America's star doesn't even look right on his shield. So maybe
It's
this,
like when Peacemaker had the Justice League members,
Yes,
but they
yes.
were really shaded in.
right. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. It says forever yesterday. I think we're in the future. This is some sort of future version of the Avengers. It's not quite right. I do think it's good. I just don't think it's great or awesome or anything. Gave it a 7. Let's go to the chat. And Glinzer's giving it a 10, and Eric and Boyd a 9, and so does Joe. So we've got a 10 and 2 9s. At 8 from Dark Admiral and 7 from Shirley. All right. And we have 8 new warriors, but no new warriors on the cover other than the box, says One Slick. All right, 10, 9, 8. And drink water. Usually I have a tea bottle, but not today.
I was gonna say, how does it help your toe? Just drink water.
6 from Solomon Grundy. Let's see. I'll say 10 because of Wolverine mostly. Also, I just realized Nova's chest icon looks like the Brainiac 3 things on his head. That's actually Brainiac 5's working name before they changed it to Brainiac 5. But we do get a 10 from MK. And let's see. Downgrade 7 says upgrade. Undead Quentin. I'm sorry, Eddie Rim. I don't know where I got upgrade from. I think it's Idiocracy. Blurred, no detail, Cityscape. Make that a 7, says One Slick. All righty. And let's see. Dan Alvin. Okay, this looks great. I would actually pick this up and be excited to read it if I found this in the dollar bin. Ethereal gives it a 7. Dan Alvin gives it a 9. And Manny gives it an 8. So we go 7, 8, and 9. Okay, Maranya, New Warriors 11, Desperation here. Wolverine used for the shine factor. Repurposed Avengers cover with Nova added in to make a New Warriors. Score a 7 only because of Iron Man being there. Alrighty. Man of Action gives it a 9. And we have, looks like they're emerging out of a foggy haze. No more tic-tac-toe, ha-ha, for E, says Cleanser. Yes, yes, sir. Alrighty, let's get the stop here. And once again, if you vote, I will plop it in no matter the number. That's what I'm going for there. All right, let's drop this. And we have 1, 6 taking out one of those 2 10s. And then we have 6 7s taking out the other one. And 5 of those 6 9s. 4 8s are left. Let's go with the 8. All righty. And Eric, you get the last cover of the evening. And you can start. Oh, by the way, once again, if you haven't voted in our poll for what's next, please do. It's up. There you go. Eric, you can start us off on the last comic book cover of the night, New Warriors number 12.
I believe I'm going to pass the going first to the man responsible for this Travis Shamockery.
All righty. Zach, start us off.
Oh, you guys act like I just dragged you over a bunch of rusty nails.
It wasn't good.
Ironically,
have you
that
noticed
sounds more
none of us-
appealing.
When we did the artist covers, none of us said Riley Rosmo.
Yeah, this is kind of a, I don't know. There's parts of this that I like. Juggernaut being back, that's kind of a nice throwback to the first cover appearance. But the New Warriors, a lot of them look like they've aged. Like Vance Astro has a different look. That's not Speedball. That's Cannonball. At least I think that's Cannonball. It's been a while since I read this one. I think it's Cannonball though. You've got Thor. That's not really Thor because you can see he's holding like the Egyptian, one of the Egyptian logos. Firestar's in here. I gotta say, I actually hate to do this because I know I picked
Have a
this
go on,
topic.
Dark Admiral.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
All righty, we get a 6 from Zach. Probably the most honest grade from him all day. But all righty, Eric, what do you say?
So I'm going to go higher than Zach because I haven't read this in forever, but maybe they look older because they are the New Warriors of the future.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
on this
maybe.
cover.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Which would make them the not so new Warriors, but I'm sure wherever he is, Speedball still sucks.
My poor boy.
Just knowing that wherever he is, he's sucking. I'm going to give this an 8.
All righty.
Considering he's on his cover, he might be dead.
RDV.
Nah, he comes back.
I'm with Juggernaut. What's going on here? He's kind of in the middle here.
He does kind of look like a little dazed and confused.
Is that Iron Man getting hit in there on top there with the fire extinguisher?
It is.
And then Dr. Fate's in the background with the little fate, glowing fate.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. This is like this is just a weird cover because you have Captain America who's just like, I'm not getting in his action. Fuck this. I'm staying on the sidelines. And then Firestar's like, she's way back there. He's like, hold on, guys. I want to get on the action. This is a weird cover. I'm giving this a 6, man. This is just so weird.
All righty. We got a 6 from RDV. And
He had that Juggernaut pose when he stubbed his toe.
I got to tell you something. I dig this cover. I mean, it's dynamic. It's got a lot of action on it. It looks cool. The characters look cool. I'm giving this a 9. This is one of the better ones that we've seen tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's go to the chat, and we get a 10 from Glenzer, a 9 from Ethereal, and an 8 from Eric and Boyd. 10, 9, and 8. And let's see. Oh, 10, 9, and 10. I don't know where I got that 8 from. All righty, and let's
Maybe
see.
I'm
What
missing
is
something here.
Travis Ham Hockery? And this gets a 10, says Solomon Grundy.
Maybe I'm just missing something here. I don't know.
I think you are.
Maybe.
8 from Shirley, and Good Dog Press says 9. Alrighty. Eddie says 5. Too Much Gray, says Werewolf, gives it a 5. So, hey, you're not alone on the lower scores. 7 from Joe. Alrighty. And then we've got MK saying 9. Also, why is Punisher off the page to the right, just standing there? Part of another cover, just the way it landed. All right, so we get a 9 from MK. And let's see. LOL from Eric Boyd. 7, because thank God this is the last cover of the night. Awesome. Let's see. He had the Juggernaut pose when he stubbed his toe. Ah! Yeah, that's exactly it. Yes. New Warriors 12. This feels like an interior panel repurposed for cover. Well executed cover that needed a black background score. A Juggernaut 10. All right, Man of Action. I like it, but there's no New Warriors on it. Man of Action gives it an 8.
Oh, you've got at least
Juggernaut
3.
stubbed his toe and tried to hold back the crying with all his brain power. Dan Alvin gives it a 9. Let's see. Oh, crap. You're probably right. Totally looks like he fell off the page. Why I am right. That's the Punisher from the cover we already rated. Okay. Once again, let's put up the stop here. If you have not voted, feel free to vote. If you haven't voted for any of them, wait until this is posted and comment. Give us everything, and I will put it down on the scores. But for what we have, what we've got right now, we have 2 5s knocking out 2 of those 4 10s, 2 6s taking care of the rest, 2 7s knocking out 2 of the 5 9s, and then 3 8s taking care of the rest. It's an 8.
And if you are going to watch this and realize it's the New Warriors and don't feel like ranking them, just leave a comment saying that you were here.
Yeah. Just put a comment down saying, hey, cool show. Or, hey, wow, your show sucks.
You know, this is the one time
both.
I'm going to say this is the one time you can't watch this with the sound up because you still see the bad art.
Alrighty. It's not horrible. These aren't horrible covers.
They're products of their time.
Wait,
And if I say that enough, maybe somebody will believe it.
I found the solution. Just let it play and click open a new tab so you don't see it.
Right. Okay, let's get these going. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Okay, so here we have 3 6s. We've only got 1 10. So absolutely the number 1 book is New Warriors number 10. Let's do the countdown here. Zach, what's the best and the worst of the 6s?
Best, I'm going to give it to the... I'm going to leave it the way it is. No. Mad Thinker is the best. The Star Thief one is the worst.
All right, Eric?
It doesn't matter. There's 6s. They're fine the way they are.
Okay, RDV.
Wish we had 3 6s last night, but we didn't.
Why would you want 666?
Because we were doing Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
I missed that one. Yeah.
That makes sense.
I wanted to do that one.
I wanted to miss this one instead, but I couldn't.
Because we like Zach.
I don't know which. Put the Bengals first, I guess.
The Bengal?
I'm biased towards Punisher, and then you can find out which one's the worst.
Well, actually, we have 2 saying that one's the best, and so this one stays here and this one stays there. Okay, going to the 7s. From what I'm looking at here, I think this is the better cover, and I've got to move this one to the last. Zach, what do you say?
Yeah, I think that's a good call. I like that order.
Eric?
It's a good order.
I'll go along with that, yeah.
Okay, so that's enough votes for there. RDV, best and worst of the 8s.
Let's see, the best of the 8s. I I don't know, man. It's a charm between Black Bolt and the one to the left of it. Because I like the Black Bolt. Oh, not a crook. I think it's gonna British or Nixon pose. Yeah, I'm going with floating heads. Yeah,
Floating heads is best. Okay, what's the worst?
And the worst is the Juggernaut.
Juggernaut. All righty. And Zach, what do you think? Best and worst?
I think issue number one is the best, and the worst one is the one with barely any new warriors on it. So the middle one with Wolverine. I think that's the worst.
Wow. All righty. Eric, which one do you think is the best and worst?
I have to go with my comic son that I rarely agree with, but I think Zach nailed both ends of this.
Yes.
All righty. And you had the barely.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 2 votes on both of them. I vote the best is the issue number 1, but to me the worst is the Punisher. But since there's just 1 vote, I'm going to leave it exactly the way it is. So here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Issue number 5 is we have 13. At 13 we have issue number 5. Issue number 7 is 12. At 11 is issue number 3. We've got issue number 2 at 10. 9 is 4. 8 is Thor number 412. 7 is New Warriors number 11. 6 is New Warriors number 12. 5 is New Warriors number 9. 4 is whatever that is. 3 is issue number 1. 2 is issue number 5 something. I guess that'd be 8. And number 1 is 10. There we go. So, Zach, you can finally shut up about New Warriors. All right, there you go, man. I hope you guys actually had fun. I mean, look, we could do this on any comic book day. It doesn't matter if they're good covers or bad. It's just fun to talk about them, fun to look at them. I hope you guys enjoyed it, even though this is one of those mid titles. I don't think it's a horrible title, and I can understand why Zach loves it. He would have been a kid, a young kid when he first saw them.
Look, think of it as
and that fits. So yeah, go on ahead.
Think of it as we all did our good deed. Zach was our Make-A-Wish kid.
There you go.
I'm the little kid from the Uncanny X-Men issue.
We couldn't get John Cena, so we did this.
I put in Comics Cavalcade, and that got rolled over. I put in Captain Carrot. Surprisingly enough, everybody loved Captain Carrot.
Captain Carrot was fun. Yeah, that was the fun one.
And tearing apart these covers was a lot of fun too. Now, that being said, I'm going to go over here and let's end this and see what we got going on.
Night, Ethereal.
Have a good night, Ethereal. Okay, so the chat is going. Here we go. We had 26 voters. Thank you very much for everybody who participated. At 11% was Black Lightning. 23 was Captain American Falcon. 90s Blade got 30. And with 34%, we're going to be doing the first 12 issues of Power Man, or Luke Cage Hero for Hire.
Back to the beginning.
Back to what started it all for you there, Zach.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay, I'll make a folder
hopefully
for
Zach can show up for that, though.
Yeah,
we'll see. Well, I hope. What is that going to be tomorrow or when?
Oh no, we're actually so far behind these.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're on to season 4 right now.
Oh, shoot. I like how you have seasons. That's awesome.
Well, the thing is, this is episode 16 of the 3rd season. Okay, and I decided to do them. I decided to do them in seasons. So what we could do is brackets. Now we didn't get around to a bracket for season 2. Where the it was what I'm looking for here. Videos. We've got I Love Comics. Here it is. Tier list. So this is season 3. This is our 16th, which means the bracket is the next episode, which should be tomorrow. And what we do is we take the 16 number 1 titles, the ones that made it to the first spot, and we put them against each other to see what was the best cover of the season. So that's that for season 3. What we've got coming up in season 4, we've got the Silver Age Legion of Superheroes. At some point, I got to put it up there. We've got, I always started off with a decade thing. After the decades are worn out, we're going to go to revisiting titles. But here's what we got. We've got 1980s Marvel, then 1980s DC, The Phantom, The Shadow, House of Mystery, West Coast Avengers, the art of the covers of Steve Buscema, Silver Age Legion, Marvel Treasuries, and then now Power Man Hero for Hire.
I like the West Coast Avengers. That sounds like that'll be fun.
But those are in line right now. Those are the first 9 episodes of season 4, all lined up and planned. So there you go. I hope you guys come back and enjoy. These were a lot of fun. It was really a lot of fun to me, tearing into these. Zach has to be there for that cover ranking. Yep. Poor Black Lightning. Zach should be happy. No, like I said, it goes back to the original.
It goes back to the beginning, yeah. Back to where it all began.
I hope the new people, I hope you guys enjoyed this and show up tomorrow, 10:30 Eastern. That being said, before that, readings.
Yes, but also if you want to see more cover battles, check out Captain Frugal. He's been doing his cover battles.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he used to do older comics. Now he's doing modern ones.
Well, times change. He gets older.
Yeah.
He can't see as well.
that helps.
Yes. At some point in time, we're going to have to go back to some Golden Age books too. I'm missing the Golden Age. All righty, gang. But that being said, once again, tomorrow, 10:30 Eastern, come on in, and we're going to be doing some bracket for not brisket, but bracket. And
but there is brisket right now over at Arby's, bourbon bacon brisket.
And on Saturday, I got the new collection in.
Oh, new books.
I got to admit, normally I say, hey, we got some great books. I do have some great books, but I've got a lot of there. It's going to be $1 night. That being on the auction, because I got a whole bunch of number ones. Like I got Classic X-Men #1, but I also got a whole bunch of number ones like New 52 stuff.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Some of the New 52 stuff ain't bad.
Well, Batwoman was freaking awesome.
Batwoman was a good one. I remember that. Yeah.
I got and I do have some. Oh, and here's a decent #1.
Oh,
yeah,
nice. Lords of Mars.
But I also got some big dogs and some 2s and some 3s and some 5s and so forth and so on. So I'll probably do I should do a regular unboxing, which I will. I'll show off a couple of them. We've got hold on. There we go.
Oh,
Vampirella.
Terry Dodson.
Star Trek. And then I've got these Lone Star exclusive. That's Executive Assistant Iris. We've got Joker. Something called Shrugged. Something called Trish Out of Water. And this is Journey exclusive. It's from Aspen Comics. And then Overtaken. Once again, these are all Lone Star comic book exclusives. And then we've got some Batman 66 with the Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, got 3 of those. And also Batman 66 and the Green Hornet.
Cool stuff.
Yep. This will all be at the auction this Saturday starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. Got the entire series here, so it'll be sold as a set. This one, I'll show it to you, but after the unboxing, you're not going to see it until Christmas. DC Comics presents Superman and Santa Claus. Speaking of, we got Action 435, Anthro #6, Hawkman #3, 100-page special, Action Comics 436, I believe, 437. Amazing Spider-Man Annual #16, first appearance of Monica Rambeau.
Oh, nice. Very
Spider-Man versus Batman. a book you guys have been looking for forever and a day. That's the Punisher Max #1, autographed by Dan Jurgens.
Wow.
With a certificate of authenticity.
Wow.
There we go.
Double
All right.
wow.
And then I know the book most people are looking for is Batman 500. This is the issue where Azrael Asbats first appears. You know, he first takes over as Batman. Yeah. I know all of you want it. This is going to be at least a $20 book. I got to look it over. And that's mainly because, hey, look, it's autographed by Terry Austin.
Wow.
Oh, sorry. It's also autographed by Jim Aparo.
Wow.
Wow.
And Doug Minch.
Holy.
Wow.
Oh, and once again, certificate of authenticity. All right.
Once again, it also has this note here about the characters in this book.
There you go. Yeah.
Once again, it also comes with like the blood of
And a book, the next time you see it is going to be on my wall because this is one of my holy grails. I don't care what condition it is. It's in. At least the cover looks good enough to display. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Brave and the Bold #60, the first appearance
of Deadpool.
Of Wonder Girl.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. The Wonder Girl you see in the Wonder Woman comics is actually Wonder Woman as a kid. This is the first time Wonder Girl has her own personality, her own character, and so forth and so on.
Very neat.
There we are. Yes, I've been wanting this book forever. I'm a big Teen Titans fan, but there you go. All right, bidding begins as soon as Maranya says go.
Ooh,
all right, that means
the Punisher Max, yes. Well, Darkness comes as a here. Let me bid on that Punisher with the Darkness.
The Punisher Max board, yeah. There you go, gang. Come on in at 8 p.m. Eastern on Saturday for the auction. I'll show off the books tomorrow, and if you got time, Eric,
reach out. If I do, I will.
Oh, and
it is Donna Troy Wonder Girl, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Also, Kato. I got her series. This is from the Kevin Smith version. It's in a run of Buck Rogers 1 through 12. So there's that's
Buckshot 12.
And then a big bunch of the Kevin Smith run of Green Hornet.
Oh, nice. That's a good run.
Does it have Phil Hester art? Because that guy.
Some independent comics like First.
Phil Hester hate. Yeah. Dan Alvin asks, flat rate shipping? Question mark.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is. Normally, I do the flat rate bags, 1 to 18 comics. It goes $9. It's like $10.70 at the post office. I like to give a little incentive and such. If you do 1 to 6 or what is it, 1 to 8? I think I could put it into a small box and ship it for media for like $6 or $8. I think it's 6. Then the flat rate envelope is $9, and then the medium-sized box. I'm trying to find it near me that I could hold it up, but yeah, medium-sized boxes here. I do 15. It's actually 17 to ship. And if you've got around 50 comics, I find a box and I ship it to you. It's 20. But there you go. All righty. And if you spend 150 or more, free shipping. That being said, please show up tomorrow at 10:30. Show up on Saturday at 8. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching. You kids have a great time.
We'll see you real soon.
Good night, kids.
Been a blast. Speedball is perfect.
Because we like you.